Well, hi everyone, that was me, headed down on our last dive of the day, going down with Jason and my buddy Mike on Rob's 36-foot tide line. Pretty neat trip. It's dive 4, and we're out in Florida Middlegrounds, about 100 miles offshore, where we go out up the west coast of Florida. And one of our goals on this trip was to hopefully get my friend Mike big Middlegrounds hogfish. It was Mike's first time out in the Middlegrounds. So we're headed down with his last chance for romance, so to speak. It had been slim pickings out here, and we got a few fish and was really hoping to run across a nice fish for Mike. Unfortunately, on our last dive, the current is really moving quickly. It's really streaming, and you can't really pick that up on the video, but that's what's going on. So that makes it tough for the divers to hunt, and also makes it pretty tough to stay together. So I clipped out a fair amount of the video. I'd already shot a small hogfish, and somehow here managed to run into my buddy Jason, and he signals me by banging on his gun that he's going up. And you can see he's got a nice red grouper there. So I managed to run into him at a pretty nice area of structure where there's these big stalactites coming up out of the ground and some big boulders. And then I'm gonna run across my other buddy Mike down here. And this is what I mean about that current. You basically will never see me swim at all using my hand, and I'm having to use my hand to kind of steer me into where I want to go, to position myself to be moving back towards Mike and see what Mike's going on over here, and turn my flashlight on to take a look at some of these cracks and crevices, and I see that Mike has shot. So I'm pretty happy about that, seeing what he's looking to go after. And then as we kind of let this play out, you see Mike starting to go up. He's pulling his gun up with him, and Mike's about out of time, and he told me later on he was, pretty much needed to mosey up, and He's giving me the signal here, kind of like that look. Oh, there was a big fish and I didn't get it. So he did a really good job of, making that clear to me. And I was already 1 minute into decompression time, but knowing that he had shot a nice fish, I took another dive down. I had plenty of air in my tank, so if I needed to do the decompression time, that wasn't a big concern. And when I look here in this crevice, I can see that there's the hogfish that Mike had put a suboptimal shot into and had gotten away from him. This gag grouper comes diving in after it, and it's really odd. I had a decent shot on the hogfish, but the gag was starting to scare the hogfish out of the way, so I just had to put a shaft into it and pull them out. And as I'm doing that, the gag grouper made it pretty clear that he would prefer that hogfish stay in there. I think that was going to be his dinner. He comes out and expresses his disappointment, but this hogfish ended up coming up with us. So just buttoning things up for the ride up. We're in about 105 feet and temperature's about 74 degrees, and I noticed Mike's flashlight is still on, so I swim over to him and turn off his light for him. We're both moseying up. Everything's in pretty good condition, and I figured I'd go ahead and take Mike's stringer there since he did such a great job identifying to me in a clear manner that there was something down there that I might want to go grab. That my backup shot to that hogfish for him would go ahead and land in his first Middlegounds hogfish, and he was pretty happy about that, but probably not as happy as me. I was more than happy to get him. He's a good friend and a really great person. Really contributes to the camaraderie of what goes into our spearfishing trips.
Yeah, Mike.
Man, David Brown.
Yeah, Mike. Did you see the size of that gag that went in after him?
Oh my God.
Holy
The
smokes.
first thing I saw was the gag, and I came up and over it, and this thing spent my mind like, fuck. I had like 700 pounds up, I got to see it.
Nighty night.
Big hog. Just tore up a little bit, no flap. Dave had to rescue it for me. Dave's got something too. Dave, you got a treat? Oh, those boulders at the end. That was beautiful. Isn't that a cool dive? Giant gag. 2 big hogs. I missed the first one actually. This was the second one. Oh, there's a bigger hog than that one? Yep. That's a nice Middlegrounds hog there, Mike. That's a legit Middlegrounds hog, Mike. And we found the current too, by the way.
Oh yeah, that current was screaming.
Not too bad back in the boulders, but on the front side when we dove in, that was rough.